Okay, now this trader gets out of this trade right here. He looks back at this chart pattern and why didn't I just go short? Why didn't I just go short? The ability to recognize this as a downtrend, or let's say he was blinded from his ability to recognize this as a downtrend. The distinction existed inside of his mind. In other words, he can actually make the distinction of what a downtrend is. But in that moment, while he was in that trade, he was blinded to his own distinctions. Because he was operating out of a trade-by-trade mentality. He was operating out of a trade-by-trade mentality. This trade took on the significance of life or death, just like any other trade that he puts on does. And to be a consistently successful trader, it ain't going to happen if you think that way. The pros don't think that way. Determine your risk. It either works or it doesn't, and go to the next trade. Determine your risk. It works or it doesn't, go to the next trade. That's all it is. That's the whole game. Now, let's say that this doesn't happen, but this happens. Let's say instead of it going against him, that the market does this. Now what ticks do you think he's going to be focused on, the up or the down ticks? The market's doing exactly what he wants, by the way. Now the market is doing exactly what he wants. And what ticks do you think he's going to be focused on? The down ticks. And why the down ticks? Because he's been in too many times of trades where the market has taken away his profits. And so he places an inordinate amount of significance on every down tick, and in essence ends up doing what? Leaving money on the table. So what he does is, let's say he gets out right here, so he cuts his profit shorts and lets his losses run. In Chicago vernacular, this is called shitting like an elephant and eating like a bird. What's that? Now, if this trader had a belief in a random outcome, that he didn't have to know what was going to happen next to make money, would he have these problems? What would he be expecting if he had a belief in a random outcome? That there was just a random distribution between wins and losses on any given set of variables that defined his edge. If he believed that, if he believed it only took one trader somewhere in the world to negate the positive outcome of his edge, if he believed that no matter what reason he thinks he has for putting on that trade, that the reason why it works or it doesn't work will almost never correlate to the actual reason that he conjured up, if he believed all these things, how would he be handling this? Come on, how would he be handling it? Tell me. Okay.
When he got into the trade, he's going to say that, okay, when it reaches this level right here, I'm going to get out. If it goes down to this level down here, I'm going to get out. Now, he may have ended up leaving some money on the table, but at least he's going to be in that percentage that he had already predetermined is going to create him to be a winning percentage of trades.
Would he have be saddled with the same emotional problems that he had if he was operating out of a fear of being wrong or losing money?
No, because he didn't have any emotion in the trade. It's saying, hey, it's following my predetermined plan that I have in place.
Right. And it either works or it doesn't, right?
That's right.
Because I trade from a series of trades perspective. I don't know what each individual trade is going to do. This is the way the pros do it, by the way. This is thinking like a pro. You want to make consistent money, this is what you're going to have to think. Otherwise, you already know what the problems are. trading will take on a quality of being exasperating, because you can see the potential, and it seems like you're always just like that close from getting it, and you never get there. How we feel, our state of mind in any given situation, is always real and the absolute truth. Now, I want you to make a distinction here. At any given moment, we're in a state of mind. State of mind could be any number of things. We have a lot of ways to define states of mind. It could be a state of mind of, like, satisfaction, dissatisfaction, happiness, joy, fear, terror. These are all states of mind. Confidence is a state of mind. As a state of mind, confidence, when I'm confident, I feel compelled to step into a situation. Compels, it thrusts me forward into an experience. Of course, if I'm fearful, then what am I doing? I'm pulling back because I feel threatened in some way. I'm perceiving the information that's available in that moment as threatening. But you got to remember, for me to perceive it that way, it means I'm interpreting it that way. Here's where people get real mixed up about this sort of thing, is that the state of mind that we experience in any given moment is always the absolute truth. You can't deny the fact if I'm feeling fearful right now, then I'm feeling fearful. That's just the way that it is. I'm in that state of mind. The particular interpretation that got me into that state of mind, however, could be completely dysfunctional. You guys with me on this? The interpretation that comes from what we believe could be completely dysfunctional. You see, as passive technical traders, if we believe that somehow or another our methodology is telling us what's going to happen next on any particular trade, the reason why we're having problems is because that is a dysfunctional belief. It was never true. Now, the states of mind that result from that belief are real. So, for an example, if I put on a trade and it turns out to be a winner, I think that I'm right. And as a result, I feel great. If I put on a trade and I think that I lose, well, then I feel like crap because I was wrong. The reality is neither one was really true, because when you win, you weren't right, and when you won, you weren't wrong. Because whatever reason you had to put on the trade in the first place, again, had almost no correlation to what actually happened with the market. In other words, why the market did what it did. You just happened to put on a trade at that time that worked. And all technical patterns do, technical indicators, price patterns, is get you into a situation where there's a likelihood that when you get into that trade, it'll work. That's all they were ever represented to be. You understand what I'm saying? That's all they were ever represented to be. I'm not saying they don't get, screwed up somehow in terms of the way people represent them, but that's all that basically they ever were. It's not on a trade-by-trade basis. Now we're going to get into the last part of it. We're heading down to the home stretch, guys. Heading down to the home stretch. Are we all right up to this point? As far as anybody have any questions about fear and confidence and the relationships that we're talking about? That what we're talking about is the fact that we've got to, if we want to think like a pro so that we can experience the kind of results that the pros get, which are consistent, it means that we have to change our perspective from trade by trade to series of trades. Does anybody have any questions about that and why that's essential? So if you know that, why do we have to go to a series of trades perspective? Why? Well, hold on one second, sir.
You're taking all the fear out of it, and you know that through a series you'll be right more of the time than you will be wrong. And you take all the fear out of it and just work on that basis without any emotion.
Correct. And why isn't there any emotion? When you take, give me specifically why you think there's no emotion.
Well, you're doing it out of more of a mathematical concept and not, I think it's going to do this. You're taking it's either going to be right or it's going to be wrong, and you either walk away or stay in it.
I want you to use the words expectations in your answer. Okay.
I don't really have any. I don't have any expectations. It's either going to work or it's not.
Yeah. In other words, this particular trade, you don't know what you think something's going to happen, but you don't know what. When you put money in a slot machine and push the button, you think something's going to happen, but you don't know what. And if it comes out to be the jackpot, well, hey, that feels great. You're surprised, right? When I put on a trade, I feel the same way. Literally, I don't know. I don't have to know. I just have to do what I need to do to make money on a consistent basis, which means I have to take every one of these trades. I can't pick and choose. The only reason why I pick and choose is because I think I'm right. So when you change your perspective from a trade by trade to a series of trades, it automatically manages your expectations in a positive way. I'm going to set this up for you as an exercise a little bit, okay? But I just want to make sure we're anybody else have any questions about any of this? So you know, so in other words, what we're doing what are we doing at this point then? So you know where you want to go, right? So do we know where we want to go? We want to get to a point where we are actually changing the way that we think. When you walked in here this morning, you didn't think like a pro, did you? Now you have some idea of what it means to think like a pro, right?
Okay, so if you'd like to learn more about how to trade options, weekly options, monthly options, yearly options, if you're looking for some option strategies that are applicable in this crazy market environment that just keeps changing and changing all the time, if you're looking to get not just ordinary results, but extraordinary results, visit marketcrash.money, hit right here, how to profit. You will be able to learn the 5 core fundamentals that helped me turn $12,466 in less than 7 hours trading options. I know it sounds crazy, but I did it. It is a personal record of mine, and I would be willing to share every possible detail that has actually helped me accomplish that. So some of the secrets that you will discover in the video, some of the best stocks for trading options. Not every stock is actually a good product for trading options. So you will be specifically given a criteria which you will be able to apply to select stocks that are great products for trading options. You will be able to disclose the 3 best chart patterns for high option results. You will discover the key to locking in the gains. Sometimes it presents a huge challenge to some traders. You'll be able to get clear answers on when to sell, when to hold, when not to sell, when not to do anything. Also, some other secrets as discovering the huge difference between the trend and a TRO and how it could help you lock in huge gains. Discover the secrets behind timing. Can you imagine if you only knew which days to take trades on and which days to just stay away? Very importantly, never trade the news. Focus on trading market reactions to the news. And it is definitely going to help you increase your probability of future returns. So if you are ready for a breakthrough, visit marketcrash.money, hit the big green button, how to profit. Visit this page right here and set yourself free. Make your 2018 the most profitable year